I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like a belt grinder. So I was driving home from work one day and I spotted this beautiful treadmill sitting out by the curb. Somebody was just throwing it away. So let's see if we can't make a belt grinder out of it. So this treadmill here is a Proform 760 EKG. Whatever that means. Basically, to me, this has a 2.5 horse motor on it, an MC60 motor controller. I've been watching a lot of guys on YouTube build belt grinders with these motors and the motor controller. I'm going to try and salvage as much of this treadmill as I possibly can, building the frame and rollers and everything out of what you see here. I'm not going to bore you guys with disassembling this thing. Basically, I'm just going to get rid of all the plastics and stuff. So somehow, out of this stuff, I got to build a 2x72 belt grinder. This is going to be tough. See, this treadmill is built so cheaply that like the stuff I need, like springs, pulleys, bearings, that stuff's expensive. So obviously they didn't use this on it. That roller right down there, that has 2 bearings in it. I actually have the other roller up there because I was kind of curious if they even use bearings on it. They do, but that's 4 bearings. I need to make 3 pulleys, so that's 6 bearings. So this is gonna get interesting because I gotta figure out how to keep tension on the belt without a spring, and I have to create at least 2 pulleys, one for the drive on the motor and then another one for the tensioning wheel. I'm gonna have to think about this. This is gonna be a challenge. You came up with any ideas yet? Yeah, me neither. Gotta start somewhere, right? I think we'll start by cutting this off right here. So this is kind of where we're at so far. This is going to be pretty much the basic design. Got our attachment arm here for the flat platen. That's just kind of a mock-up. I'm going to basically use this tube right here, kind of weld it to this upright here, and you know, the two 2 wheels will kind of mount there, and then I'll make the platen out of, I don't really know right now, might be some more of this 2x3. This is what it's looking like. I think this thing looks pretty good for being scrap metal, you know. One thing I am gonna have to redo is this back here. You can kind of see that it's not straight. I think what I'll have to do is take this to my dad's shop, chuck it up in the lathe, cut that off, cut 2 edges that are square, and then weld it back onto here. Probably the next big thing is to get these pulleys all situated so I can make up this horizontal arm out of that stuff right there. Before we get too far, I want to get this motor situated. So down here at the hinge, it's kind of rubbing and it's not completely square with the frame. I think what I want to do is add a washer here. So this tube and this bottom and the bottom tube here actually have a little bit of space. And that'll situate where this pulley is. And then I can kind of judge where the tracking wheel's got to go and all that. A wheel.
Do you have to put another hole in? Can I do it?
Sure. Oh, it's getting close. Real easy now.
Really?
Not a lot of pressure.
Oh gosh.
A lot of pressure.
Wait, what did I do? Oops. Nice.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go over what these pulleys actually need and what I've made them out of. These were the rollers that fed the belt on the treadmill. Inside these little plastic caps here is a bearing. As you can see, I kind of mangled this one. That's all right. But you can see that this bearing is actually smaller than this tube because there's a line of plastic right in here. The way these were meant to be used were the bearings were supposed to be pushed out from the center by these little ears here. So those would push against the inside of the bearing, push against the roller here, which is kind of crimped down, and push the bearing, hold the bearing out on the roller. The way I was going to do it, I was just going to keep those bearings against that. Well, eventually what that'll do is push this bearing into the center and basically rooting the pulley. What I think I'm going to do is basically put this ear on the inside, holding that bearing out on both ends, and then weld this seam back up. And then I can weld this to the platen. So rather than splicing two shafts together, I just decided to put a little tack weld on there. Slide this dude on. Pretty sizable gap to fill there. That's all right. This gray color that you might have seen on my drawer system video for my Cherokee. I'll leave a link to that video up here. I don't know, I kind of like it. I might paint my Jeep this color someday. We'll see. What do you guys think? You think this color would be good on my Jeep? to this point, I haven't spent a dime on this thing. And this would also be the point where I would put the electronics from the treadmill on it. But the day I actually tested it before I broke it down to paint, the motor controller took a crap. Wouldn't spin the motor anymore. So that left me kind of stranded. I looked on eBay, they're about 60 bucks. Wasn't about to spend that much on this thing. You know, I pretty much built it for free. So spending $60 on it didn't make sense. So I went with the next best option, which is an SCR motor controller. Basically what this thing is meant for is like fans, ceiling fans and stuff like that inside your house, where you'd want to dial the speed down to it. So you got an AC input. This would come from your wall, and your voltage output, that would be what you'd send to that motor. This only controls the AC side. So in order to get it from AC from the wall to DC for this motor, I bought a bridge rectifier. It turns the AC wave to a DC wave. How this is gonna work is AC from the wall goes into here, comes out here, and is regulated by this. The voltage coming out here goes into the bridge rectifier. The bridge rectifier turns it from AC voltage to DC voltage, and that's where you plug your motor in. There you go. AC going in, AC coming out. So then you got your bridge rectifier. Your DC power goes across two terminals and your AC power goes across two terminals. So the positive is your DC positive and your AC is one of your AC legs. Doesn't matter which one. One AC power line will go here and the other one will go here. So AC, DC. And this guy just gets screwed to the frame of this, just in case for some reason the AC power shorts out onto the frame. So we got our DC power. You got our DC negative on this side, DC positive. So positive to positive, negative to negative. In theory, this thing should work now. All right, let's add a belt and fire it up. So I bought a 3-pack of belts off of Amazon. They're from Notron abrasives. It's their Blaze. It's their Blaze series. This is their 36 grit. It spins! Oh, shit. it's working. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty sure I got less than $25 in this. I'll leave kind of a tally of all the cost up here. But it's working. It's gonna serve my purposes pretty well. I got some fine tuning I wanna do to it. I might end up taking that work rest off just because I don't know if it really serves a purpose for me. Really all I'm gonna do is clean off dross from, you know, sheet metal parts and plate parts and stuff like that. So I might cut that off. Might rework it a little bit. I gotta find some kind of an enclosure for those electronics because this thing creates a lot of metal dust. Any kind of metal dust inside that SCR motor controller, it's pretty much toast. I've got some more Jeep content coming. And probably the next couple videos are gonna be on my DIY CNC plasma cutter. So stay tuned for those and thanks for watching.